Let's make Tech Trance. Let's first set the tempo to somewhat around 140 BPM, and start by adding some techno kicks. Some closed hi-hats. Some claps. And some open hi-hats. Let's add some filler claps to make the drums more interesting. I'll add some reverb to these filler claps. Now we need a trance bass and make a simple 16th note pattern like this. I'll layer some more bass to fatten this up. Let's link this to a mixer channel and sidechain using a limiter. Then I'll EQ this by adding a low shelf. And make a dynamic band around -3 decibels. Let's add some compression. And some more multiband compression to balance the sound. Now we need a sublayer. I'll simply sidechain this and add some EQ. Now, we need some acid sequence sounds to add more trance vibes to the track. I'll EQ this to take off the lows and boost some highs. Now let's add some chord stabs. To make the chords more interesting, I'll record them using Edison. And reverse them to the original stabs like this. Now let's use the same chord progression we used for the stabs to create some atmospheric pads. I'll just sidechain them. Guys, I found this cool breathing sample that would work well with the track. Let's add some crashes and downlifters too. Let's loop this for another 28 bars, and start working on the second half of the drop. Let's add some rides. This vocal shelf. And this vocal sample. I'll use LFO tool to give it a gating effect like this. Guys, I'll add this 8 bars before, and create a volume automation leading up to the second half of the drop. Now we need some Arps. So guys, since the drop is now done, let's move on to the intro and the build-up. I'll use the drums and the bass from the drop in the intro. And I'll add the pads after 8 bars. Moving on to the build-up, let's add our breathing sample in the acid sequence. And let's make a transition by adding the crashes. Let's add some vocals.
Another sky, another sky. Another sky. Another sky.
Some build-up drums.
Another sky. Another sky.
And some risers. Now we need a fill before the drop hits. So to make a fill, I'll add this bass effect. A small riser. Our filler claps. And a vocal.
This is not a test. This is not a test. This is not a test.
Now let's copy the entire track and paste it behind the drop like this. And I'll do some minor adjustment to make the break feel a bit different. Guys, in the build-up in the first half of the second drop, I'll remove the acid sequence and replace it with a techno lead like this. I'll also change the drums a bit too. So guys, our track is now done. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel, and let's see our final result.